Hello, how's it going? My name is Christian Dragoon, and welcome to the Trading Card Bros. For those who are new to this channel, as I just said, my name is Christian Dragoon. I am the Dragon player of this channel right here. On this channel right here, we do stuff that involves a lot of trading card stuff right here. I do have my own channel. For those who want to check out my own channel is Christian Dragoon. I'll link in the description for those who want to check out my channel. In my channel, we do stuff that involves Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragons, CardFight Vanguard Dragons, and if there's no people who are on board who want this, I'll do some buddy fight dragons on my channel as well. So for those who want to check out my channel, please check it out. It's awesome. I really appreciate it. But please check out this channel as well, the Trading Card Bros. We're in the slow process of getting the channel back up, so it really would mean a lot to me, Zelda, if you check out this channel right here, and thank you again for checking us out. And in the meantime, check out this deck profile right here. For my CardFight Vanguard deck profile, I'm going to be doing a deck profile, my personal favorite Kagero deck profile, which is DOTE Kagero. It's just it's self-explanatory. It's pretty much all about DOTE and getting in there, all that crazy good such. There's no Dauntless Drive Dragon because I do not yet have a Dauntless Drive Dragon. So this is just basic DOTE right here with all the cool stuff going on. There are some changes I made to the deck ever since DOTE became a thing. Until DOTE becomes a thing, I have played some I am now using some cards in the deck where I do use some defensive mechanisms while I still pressure down my opponent with some offense as well. And with that being said, let's get down right straight to the deck profile right now. Shall we, everyone? Alright, start off with starting Vanguard. We start off with one Lizard Soldier Kagero. Kagero is pretty good. Counterblast one card, retire him, get any grade 1 Kagero from deck to your hand. I think he's currently banned right now in the OCG right now. So if he does eventually if he does get banned in TCG, worst case scenario, just take him out for a Red Pulse Draco Kid, and your deck will be just fine from there. And for the trigger lineup, we play the basic 4 heals. I don't think there's any explanation needed with these cards right here. They're just your basic 4 heals that pretty much most Vanguard decks normally do these days. So why not? Now, if most of you people are familiar with my channel, Christian Dragoon, most of you people will know by now that when I play DOTE Kagero or Logkeeper Kagero, I normally do 6 critical, 6 draw lineup, or 8 critical, 4 draw lineup. But right here, I'm kind of doing a little something that's a little bit odd, a little topsy-turvy, even for me a little bit. And what I'm doing is the 4 critical, 4 draw, and 4 stand lineup. Now, the reason why I'm doing this when it comes to DOTE Kagero here, because as I mentioned, I am playing a little bit more defensive right about now. I do want to go after my opponent's rear guard as much as I want to go after my opponent's vanguard as well. So this allows me to even out things a little bit right here. It gives me the ability of still be defensive and keep my guard up against my opponent, all that crazy good such, while still giving the ability to be aggressive, take out my opponent's rear guards, and now then go after my opponent's vanguard every now and then. So this balances out everything right here. And these guys are pretty good right here. Gathering Claw Dragon, I can just counterblast card and put in my soul, kill a grade 0, and this guy pretty much does the same thing if he's boosting a rear guard, only if it goes back in the deck. So it gives me more standing opportunity when I use this guy again. So it just evens out the deck a little bit and gives me a little bit more. Still gives me the ability to put down some pressure down my opponent, all that crazy good such. So the 4/4/4s, so the 4/4/4s is what I'm doing. And that is it for the trigger lineup. Now for the grade 1 lineup. For the grade 1 lineup, we have the 4 bars, no explanation with bars. Now, I've seen some people use bars and seal dragons, and which is actually understandable, because with the seal dragons, you do need that extra 8,000 boost so you can get in there a little bit well. I'm not sure if I'll use bar once I get my seal dragon deck going on, because I like the ability where keep in mind my Vanguard is gonna need a counterblast, not seal dragons, nor go out with effect. And if I have any non-seal dragons, and my damage, it will be a little bit harder for me to do my blast as such. So I'm not really sure 100% if I'll use bar or not in my steel dragon deck or not. It's undetermined. I've seen some people actually play less than 4 bars and their Kagero decks as well, which is actually pretty understandable because most decks these days are playing Conroe, and Conroe can just get a bar no problem. So 4 bars isn't really needed. I like 4 bars because I do want to see bar whenever I want to see him, and there is that little small there is that small possibility where Conroe could get banned, and I want to be prepared when that happens. So yeah. And next we have the 4 perfect guards. No explanation here why this is good. 4 Dragon Monk Gojos. Dragon Monk Gojo is pretty good right here. I have the ability to, he's a decent booster, and he has the option of, if I don't want boost to use him, attack him with a or such, I can rest him, pitch a card I don't need, draw a card so I can get to my stuff a lot easier, all that crazy good such. So 4 is very necessary because you do want to be able to draw into your stuff that you want to get to as soon as you possibly can. So the 4 Dragon Monk Gojos is actually very necessary when that comes up. I've seen some people use 2 copies of that one Seal Dragon guy by just call him, you just pitch a card, draw a card, and that's it, and you still use him as booster, but you only use that ability only once, and that's it, unless you call another one. I like that guy. I might give him a try if I ever pick him up or as such, but until then, I'm sticking with the Dragon Monk Gojo, so yeah, all that crazy good such. And lastly, to finish out the grade 1s, we have 1 Flammable Hope Ammo. Ammo's pretty good because he's pretty much Dragon Monk Gojo put together. Like, the only thing that sucks about him is his power is a little bit less, so I'm not gonna be able to land my attacks as well, and which is bad because in order for him to go off with your ability to pitch a card, draw a card, your attack has to be a hit. So he's kind of better than Monk, but Monk is kind of better than him at the same time. So it's really only based upon what happens going down the field, all that crazy good such. I've seen people use 2 copies of that one Salamander Kagero guy. His ability is, when he's boosting a Kagero and the attack is a hit, you put him back to your deck, shuffle your deck, and you retire one of your opponent's grade 1s, which is pretty good. I don't have him yet, so when I do pick him up, I'll give him a try and see what happens. And that right there was the grade 1 lineup, if I can get this all picked up properly. There we go. That right there was grade 1 lineup. Now for the grade 2 lineup. Now for the grade 2s, I'm playing max copies of Burning Horn Dragon. Burning Horn Dragon is really good right here because your ideal Vanguard is going to be Overlord no matter what, as long as your Vanguard is a grade 3. So it is pretty necessary to play this card at 3. This guy is like, 4, pardon me. This guy is like very powerful, really aggressive, and him and Bar are like really the best of friends right now. When you get this guy boosting with Bar, as long as your Vanguard is Overlord, this guy will be swinging your opponent's one of your opponent's units with 20,000 power, which gets in there very well, very aggressively, very impressively, very well. If I was playing Dauntless Drive Dragon, if I was playing Dauntless DOTE instead of straight up DOTE, then I'd probably cut this guy down to 2, because keep in mind with Dauntless DOTE, your Vanguard is not always going to be Dragon Overlord at the end. Your Vanguard is going to be, you may be end up getting stuck with Dauntless Drive Dragon, and when that happens, your Burning Horn Dragon may not be that much of assistance to you when that happens. So if I was playing Dauntless DOTE, I would probably cut this guy down to 2, but as long as I'm playing straight up DOTE, I will be playing this guy at 4 till whatever comes up. And next we have 4 Berserk Dragons. Now, a lot of people would rather play less than 4 Berserk Dragons for understandable reasons, because you do want to reserve your counter blasting cards. You do want to reserve the cards and your damage so you can go off with your DOTE and all that crazy good such. I like running 4 Berserk Dragons because I do want to see Berserk at least once. He is the ideal Vanguard that I want to ride into over Burning Horn and Bellicosti so I can get my stuff going. And the idea ability to get rid of that one rear guard you don't want to deal with is always pretty good. And keep in mind, you're not always going to be able to pull off using Dauntless Drive I gotta get my facts right. You're not always going to be able to go off with your DOTE's ability all the time. So you do want a little backup plan when that comes up right here. So that's what Berserk Dragon is good for, so you can get rid of those rear guards as fast as possible. And here's a reason why I'm also playing 4 Berserk Dragons. I'm also playing 3 Bellicossi Dragons. Now, Bellicossi Dragon is like very impressive, really good right here. Every time his attack is a hit on your opponent's Vanguard, you can choose a card face down your damage and turn face up. Now, this gives you the ability to make up for running max Berserk Dragons, because then you can just have some. Because then, as long as your Bellicossi attack lands a hit at least once or so you will have some cards reserved for other Berserk Dragons or your Gauntlet or your Dragon Overlord at the end. So you can still carry out some crazy good things right here. And yeah, Bellicossi Dragon is just a really good reliable Kagero Dragon that Kageros can really use every now and then. So yeah, 3 Bellicossi Dragons. And that's pretty much it about the Grade 2 lineup. Nothing really too much right there going on. And to finish off the entire deck profile, of course, the Grade 3s. For the Grade 3s, we have 4 Dragon Overlords. Hold on. And of course, the idea game boss of the entire deck, 4 Dragon Overlord the end. Now, Dragon Overlord, the regular one right here, he's not really the best Grade 3 Kagero, as much as I hate to say this, even though he is my favorite Kagero of the entire game. He's mostly in the deck is just for the possibility of being able to perform a cross ride, because when you perform a cross ride, your Dragon Overlord, the end, will have 1300 power, which does give you that extra amount, which does give you the defensive amount, the extra amount of defense you really do need when it's your opponent's turn and you really need to guard off your opponent's attacks, all that crazy good stuff. So it's always pretty good right here. And the ability when you do counterblast 3 cards and possibly go after and kill off your opponent's rear guards, all that crazy good stuff, it's always good to have, and it's not really too terrible to deal with all that crazy good stuff. And as for Dragon Overlord the end, the ideal Vanguard of the deck right here, he is like the amazing card right here. Counterblast 1 card. Counterblast 2 cards and pitch another copy of him, which aka short for Persona Blast, long term for Persona Blast. That's when it's used attack as a hit, he stands right back up and he can attack again, which is very impressive. So what I like to do with him is, when I have another copy of him in my hand while I have him on the board as my Vanguard, I can just have him swing at my opponent's rear guards while he's being boosted like some good like bar or whatever such. And then when I kill that rear guard, I'll just do my Persona Blast, and depending on what I get in my first drive check, he'll have a decent amount of power already, and then I can just swing at my opponent's Vanguard with him, and rather than now they go out of the attack, I will be able to put some huge amount of pressure down my opponent. So DOTE is a very reliable card with or without Dauntless Dragon. So that right there, everyone, was my was my DOTE Kagero deck profile. I really love this deck right here, and I hope you all love this deck too. As I said before, if you want to check out my channel, where I do Yu-Gi-Oh Dragons, Cardfight Vanguard Dragons, and possibly Buddy Fight Dragons, I'll have a link in my channel in the description down below for those who want to see my channel. But more likely, I would really appreciate if you all check out this channel right here, Trading Card Bros. My buddy Zella and I are in a slow process of getting this channel back up, and it would really mean to us if you check this channel out. Comment, rate, subscribe, tell us what you think about this deck profile, and we'll see you all another day. Peace. Bye, YouTube. Bye. Peace.